Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles. And I'm very happy to be with you guys because I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks, I guess. And if you've been following me on Facebook, you've been seeing that I've actually been in Melbourne and Hobart just over the last couple of weeks. And it has been a really intense time energy-wise. And I've had a lot of fun, but it's been a lot of work as well. But I'm just back home for a little short while. Because I am travelling over to the UK very soon, and I'm really excited about it actually. It's going to be awesome. If you've been watching my Facebook as well, you would realise that unfortunately my husband and I have actually separated, and this has been a long time coming. Actually the last 3 years there's been quite a lot of issues going on between us, and luckily it's sort of like a peaceful and amicable separation, although it's like difficult when it's, you know, you're just organising to sell the house and this, that and the other thing, and it's all the things that you've built up for a long time. But as you know, my life is not perfect, and that's why I'm here to resonate with you guys on different levels. I never thought that I wouldn't be married, but I found myself going through different patterns of feeling responsibility and feeling like I needed to do this because I'm married and this is what I should do and this is what people want me to do, and I felt that I was going through a pattern that I've done many other times before, and it didn't lead me to happiness. It just led me to feeling resentful. So being true to myself and lifting myself away from a situation that I was, you know, becoming very miserable in, and we all were becoming miserable in this if we admit it, and lifting myself away from that is also helping not only myself but other people who may feel that they are stuck in situations in their life and they've just done it because of what society thinks or what family thinks or what people will think. And if we think about that, then we've been doing that for a very long time in different areas of our life and sacrificing our own happiness. I was always going to go to the UK, USA and Canada anyway. It just means that now I'm going really quickly. And you know, I'm really happy. There's other news in my life that I'm not willing to share right now, but I am really happy and moving forward and embracing the changes. And I've had a massive healing as well when I was in Melbourne, and a friend of mine did that for me, and it was something that I really needed. And during this, and I mean, I know I'm resonating with a lot of people because you've all been going through healing and changes and growth and experiences and all these things, but when I had my healing, it really did show me my mission and where I was heading, and you know, it was pulling me towards the UK always anyway, like towards America, UK, Canada, but particularly the UK straight away. It was always pulling me there, and it gave me the strength that I needed to really make some decisions in my life. And they're not going to be decisions that everyone's completely happy with, but I'm sure in the long run they will see the benefit of this in their own life. So big healing is still coming to each one of us. I'm going to be doing the guidance for the month of February now, and just be talking about these different things as I go along. And I've also got some new cards that I wanted to use today as we do this reading, and these are the Rune cards, and I have been waiting for these to come for like 3 months, and they're finally here. So we will discover these together as we're going along. I've got some other little messages for us as well, and also we are working with the angel Barackiel. This is the angel of innovation, of change, of love actually, and finding your path in life, as well as continuing this healing zone, because we've been in this healing zone. And I've been talking to so many people over the last couple of weeks, and they have been, you know, ready. Like they just want something to really begin in their life, and that's where I was at. I'm just like, right, I'm ready for the next level. And doing these different methods of healing that I've been doing with people, it's just been allowing pockets of stagnant energy, past life stuff, and even injuries within the cell memory of the body coming out, you know, and people are finally becoming released. And this is going to continue over the year. And I'm going to be teaching a lot about healing as I am traveling around and you know, I really want you guys to be able to create your own method of healing, your own method of doing things, instead of having to follow some certain way that other people have taught you. This is a way in which you can teach yourself to be a very, very confident healer, and you know, working with people and, you know, able to access information for them as you are going along in your healing. So that is really, really exciting, and I'm working on all this behind the scenes. So let me talk to you a little bit about Barackiel and the energy of Barackiel, and then we'll get to some messages and things. And I hope that you are having a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'm on cloud 9, and I've been happy now for ever since I made the decision to just say no, you know, and that I wasn't going to be sort of like brainwashed anymore in certain situations in my life. And I was tired of feeling like I wasn't myself anymore. And my life is Divine Miracles. My life is YouTube and all you guys, and my website and everything. That's my whole life. And if I can't, you know, make it through or be honest with myself and get through challenges, then it's going to be hard for me to show you guys to do that. So this was something that was very, very you know, powerful for me, as in a life lesson in my life. So Barackiel working with us for the month of February. If you got my Domino Angel cards, you'll know Barackiel from those. And he also brings a lot of change, which, hooray, we're doing. New beginnings, surprise, working with animals, and you know, feeling this connection on a telepathic level. So our abilities continually awakening as we are awakening in our life, and we are following our truth, and we are moving through our journey, like our life journey. All of these little bits of information start coming to us and filter through into not only our own lives, but to the lives of so many people. So he's also working on our base chakra, and this is where, this is a red area. So, and it's sort of situated in the groin area, and also at the very, very lower back where the tailbone is, so the coccyx bone, but it also comes out quite far from the body. So a lot of people work on the front of the body thinking that you know, you need to then turn over and do the back of the body, but it goes right through. So if you're working on one part of the body, it will go right through and penetrate the other. But if you just imagine right now that we have got this beautiful red ball here in between our hands. This is very, very important, especially with your healing work too, to start focusing an intention on color, as well as an intention on healing, or an intention on you know, what the person wants to have healed, and all these kinds of things. So let's just imagine this this ball of energy here, and you might want to start by focusing energy on your hands. So you rub your hands together like this, and we're just getting some energy in our hands, and it's creating a focus there. And then as we're clapping sort of like this, we're just going to stop clapping a little bit, and we're going to feel the energy between our hands. You can feel the warmth, and then you can imagine the color red. So when you're imagining the color red, what you do is you just you think of something that is red, like a big red apple, and you just imagine that big red apple in between your hands, and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you see it, you'll start to see that change into light. Now this is going to be what we're going to now place. We've got this, and I can feel this heat going on here. Okay, so we're going to imagine this big red ball of light, and we're going to imagining it now being placed in the base chakra area. So when it goes in there, you'll feel nice warmth. You should be feeling nice warmth and tingling. So the base chakra, we can also ask Barackiel to help work with this base chakra as we are talking today. And what this is going to mean is that if you have been feeling you know, dull and lethargic, or your thoughts have been all over the place, or you've been having problems with your urinary tract, or you know, anything to do with your reproductive areas, or you're just feeling like there's no sex drive, or perhaps there's too much of a sex drive, you know, this will start to balance things out. So while we're sitting here talking, this is balancing it out. So as you can imagine, we can go through all of the chakras, creating the ball of energy, creating a focus point first, and creating the ball of energy in the particular color that we want. And this is a very, very powerful method, a quick and easy, powerful method of recharging, rebalancing, and aligning the chakras properly for you. So we've got that going on. We can feel the nice heat there now going. So the key words for the month of February are being ready for change, trusting your inner guidance, having faith, healing on emotional levels, like on inner levels, happiness after grief, and a lot of messages. Barackiel works with the star sign Pisces, which is a water sign, and the water signs are also working on healing emotions, but also messages, like receiving messages and intuition opening, working with moon energy and all of these things. And we do know that there are a lot of healing angels that bring messages, like Muriel and Gabriel, of course, as one of the biggest ones, but Barackiel is in that sort of section, I guess you can say, and asking you to bring in these different things into your life. And it's just going to start happening as well. I'll just talk a little bit more about that in a second, but the gemstones you can use are bloodstone, jade, which is a really nice green color, peridot, and blue lace agate. But if you don't have all of those things, you just got one crystal, then perhaps dedicate that to working with Barackiel this month. You can dedicate your crystals by talking to them, and you can change what that dedication is, as often as you like. And the oils that you can use, like aromatherapy oils, are frankincense, lime, cinnamon, cypress, and orange. And those were just and also rose, sorry. And those are just the ones that intuitively I felt were working with Barackiel and will help you on many different areas of your life, in many different areas of your life, and different sections that we're trying to work on as this year goes on. And hasn't it been like a bit more of a strengthening year for many of us, where there have been areas in our life where we've been weakened and we've given in to the demands of other people or situations that we are in our life, and where we've given into all of that, now we're starting to get stronger and throwing our shoulders back a little bit, and because of that stress lifting from our body, we're starting to become more in balance. So don't be afraid of these changes. We just need to embrace our life on every single level, no matter what's going on around us. We can choose to have a peaceful heart and, be peaceful within ourselves. So Barackiel brings this sort of energy as well, and helping us to really nut out what we want to do. Okay, so as I said, the keywords, I'll just go over them a little bit and explain. So the first one was ready for change. So how many of us are ready now for change, but we might not know how to go about it? And, the thing of it is that if we stay in the cycles that we've always been in, we don't know what's going to happen for us, for our benefit. And out of fear, I guess, we stay in those cycles because it seems all too hard to do anything else. But I promise you, when you are living for your happiness and you are living, you know that no matter what, you're going to be supported and protected, and you're living in faith, then everything takes care of itself in ways that you cannot imagine. Like I'm going over to the UK, I have no idea what's going to happen when I'm over there, other than the fact that it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to be so happy, and meeting all different people, and let's getting together, and it's just going to be a complete flip from my life in Australia, and I'm not worried about it one bit. In the past I would have been scared, I would have been worried about lots of different things, and I would have talked myself out of those kinds of big things, but not anymore. So being ready for change just means opening up yourself to every possibility that is with you right now. There's opportunities all around us. This is the year of great opportunity and, nice and easy flow in life. The other one is trusting the inner guidance. So you're going to feel certain pulls to different directions, to different places, to different people. And those are answers to the prayers that you've been having. They're answers to the dreams and the goals that you have. And these people are coming in your life, and it's sometimes not always in a really good way. In fact, sometimes it really annoys you, certain people that come into your life, but it's all there to lift and guide you, lift and change you, you know, bringing you into what you really, really want. And the thing of it is, I often say to people, well, you know, what you've been doing so far hasn't been working. So how about try something else and see what then happens. So if you trust this inner guidance, you listen to your intuition, the more you do that, the more it opens. And it's just so simple. It's a simple fact. But we don't often do it. So this month, you know, no matter what's going on within you, trust this feeling that you have that everything's going to be okay. If it's starting to be a negative feeling, you know, or you got to ask yourself if you're talking yourself out of a situation that could bring you a lot of happiness just because it seems like it's going to be hard. You know, if you're feeling like if you're feeling an inner voice that's telling you that you're hopeless or you're worthless or you can't do it, or it's just going to be, you know, a bad mistake and all those kinds of things, that is a negative mindset that you've created for yourself to sabotage your own happiness. And the trick is to push past that and say, you know, I'm not going to listen to any of that. I'm going to go with my feeling. And my feeling is that no matter what happens around me, everything's going to work out. It has to, because I'm living for my happiness. So your happiness and trusting your inner guidance is the gauge, is the compass to your dreams and goals becoming a reality. Having faith, so we need to have faith that everything will work out, you know, before we even see the effects. It's like having to know the future. What fun is in knowing the exact future of your life? I mean, a lot of people won't leave their situations until they know for sure that it's going to be okay. And we can't know for sure that it's going to be okay, because there's always going to be things that come up in our life to challenge us, change us, to tempt us, to remove us from our comfort zones and all those kinds of things. So having faith, you know, means that you are trusting in the process. And if you continually looking for, like in other words, you're going fishing and you're throwing out your fishing line and you're like, okay, I'll just hook it in over here and I'll try to find out what's going on in this area of my life if I do this. You're just wasting time, because you're never going to know exactly what's happening anyway. You never will know. I mean, even though we might have feelings about something and it feels completely happy, or it feels calm, or it feels peaceful, you know, we don't know exactly how the turn of events will happen, and we shouldn't, because otherwise our life would be really boring. You know, who wants to really know every step of our journey? It just doesn't make any sense. There needs to be excitement there, and the excitement comes from having faith and trusting your inner guidance, you know, moving into your happiness zone. You know, we've got to be happy. Okay, and the other thing is healing on inner levels. So inner levels of emotion that we've had, you know, we've had this stagnant emotion going on for so long. And as I was explaining about the cycles, and I was finding myself getting back into a cycle of the worry cycle, even though I'm always lifting and cleansing and clearing and doing my work and all that kind of thing, I still found myself feeling very, very unhappy, basically very, very unhappy. You know, it's been a hard the last 3 years have been really, really hard, and I haven't always shown it, although some people pick up some things and all that and like to tell me that they've picked up I might be sad or something. So in my business, in my joy, which is Divine Miracles, I'm never sad. But in my personal life, there were feelings of being let down, there were feelings of sadness, there were feelings of betrayal. And those things were all difficult for me to, you know, adapt to and try to work and adapt to all of that, thinking that, you know, you had to stay there. So as we lift these inner levels of emotion away from us, there is a freedom that comes with that. And you're not going to feel that until you do the work, you know, lifting yourself away from old patterns and events. And one thing that Barackiel can help you with is to bring in new beginnings in your life and release the old. So we'll do a little bit of an attunement to Barackiel. at the end of this little message today that will help you on your journey. So let's have, let's just have happiness and peace on our mind at the moment, and try not to think of all the little details of everything else as well. This makes so much difference to your state of well-being, and it will help to tear down those barriers and boundaries that you've put up for yourself in your life. The other thing is happiness after grief. So a lot of people are going through times of transition. There are a lot of people who are leaving the planet now. There are a lot of people who are leaving their partners and finding the right person for them, and all of these things are happening. And of course, no matter how happy or excited that you are for your life to begin, there are still feelings of grief involved in any type of separation, no matter what it is. So you do have to allow yourself, time to grieve and time to take stock of everything that's happened to you, but we don't want to stay there for too long. We want to keep bouncing into that higher energy and stay there. And what happens is that when you're there, other people will come to that level. And if they don't, then they're not really going to want to be around you anyway, because you're far too happy. And also we're getting these messages coming through. All right, we really need to pay attention. I know I say that a lot, but just paying attention to these messages, not listening to the negative ones. All right, we don't want them, because those are the ones that will try to stop us from being happy, and it's an inbuilt system within us that we sabotage our own happiness. For some reason, we feel that we need to suffer before we get anywhere in life, and that is just not the case at all. So listen to these intuitive messages and follow them wholeheartedly, and you will be led in the direction of your dreams, to the right person for you, to the right job for you, to the right house for you, to the right situation for you, no matter what it is that you want. If you have happiness as your compass, you will be guided in the right direction every single time, and it will surprise you just how magical it all becomes, like how much more wonderful it is than you can even imagine. So let's keep all that in the back of our mind for the month of February. And what I will actually do is, I said to you I wanted to look at these rune cards. So I'm going to do the fire, earth, air and water signs, and we're just going to do a little rune card for you, and I'll read to you what it says, because I really love these rune cards. These are awesome. I really wanted to make my own deck and make them quite detailed, but I have too many decks and too many books and too many things that I want to do it all. All right, okay, so here's a message from the rune cards for the fire signs, and I'm also going to then give a little tiny little bonus angel message. Now these I got in a kit from Doreen Virtue a long time ago, so I'll pull them out for today. All right, fire signs, Archangel Michael is with you. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was quick. Now this is the rune card that we got. Okay. Now remember my rune chanting as well. Kunaz, all right, so we got Kunaz, all right. So this is for all the fire signs. All right, let's have a look. Okay, so the key word is passion. And the associations to this card are, the rune is tied to fire, which is at once carrier of light and heat, but also destruction. So each time that something new enters our lives, youthful energies are set in motion, and our gaze is illuminated by prospects that we had not taken into consideration. But we must not allow ourselves to be blinded by illusions or overly devouring passions. So reflect on how the strength of desire becomes part of our life and transforms it. Are we able to achieve what we want, or do our dreams become a destructive force? Are our ambitions commiserate with our potential? So the power of the rune is he increases our vitality, makes us resourceful, and is excellent in regards to emotional issues. So the rune is, as it said, talking about fire, lighting the fires, all this kind of thing, but also my feeling is here, like it's talking about this passion within you, but perhaps there's a feeling of you holding back in your life. The message that I get here is that there needs to be a release of emotion, and imagine a pit of fire so that when you pull out emotion from your body, you can put it into that pit of fire, and it's just transformed into light energy. And when you're doing healing, that's another thing to also consider if you're doing healing on other people, is that they may have emotions that come to the surface, and you want to whisk this away and place it into something that transmutes into positive energy for the person. So full of passion, full of enthusiasm. Just be careful about being over the top. It's just giving a little bit of a guidance there of being careful that it's not like you're not over the top with your passions. In other words, they're not completely blinding you to things that are around you. Always keeping things in balance. So Kunaz is the card of the fire signs and Archangel Michael, and it's the torchbearer lighting the way into the future. So that's a pretty cool card. So, and the sound is k, k, it's a hard k, and I've actually made a video about doing the rune tones, so for you guys to listen to if you want to. Okay, so Uriel is the earth sign, the overseer of the earth sign, and let's see what message you get for all those who are earth signs. Let's have a look. Oh, Pertho. I don't think I've even seen this. These are all brand new cards. Pertho. Okay, so this is what you guys got if you are an earth sign, and obviously looking like it's just balancing perfectly. One thing about this is deck is it's written in different languages. So I've got to find the English version, although it's helping me with French. Anyway, Pertho, destiny. Okay, so this rune is associated with inevitability and fate, all right? So a young man walks along a tightrope. He may fall, but he continues forward as he cannot do otherwise. So that's what that's talking about there, keeping the balance, moving forward. And this card celebrates the beauty of the unexpected and highlights the fact that if one is not willing to take risks, one cannot realize one's dreams. Excessive fear of the unknown paralyzes us, blocking our plans. And this card urges us to abandon ourselves to our destiny. So just let it happen. All right, you're on a winner right now, and all those on the earth signs are just like, you know, your destiny is right there in your hands, and you do need to move forward. And don't worry about all the what ifs, because that's blocked you so many times before. See how this is just going in with what we've been learning here. It's just awesome. So, you know, it's asking you to be brave instead of fearful. You know, launching yourselves headfirst into situations instead of doubting things. And yeah, it's asking if you avoid things because of fear, and we don't want to do that this time. So the power of this rune is that Pertho helps us to open ourselves to the world and to others. It enhances our empathy and makes us eager to learn new cultures and alternate ways of thinking. So there you go. Those people who are the earth sign, you have got destiny right in your hands. So the fire signs have got passion, and the earth signs have got destiny. It's all happening. And we got the air signs, Archangel Raphael working with the air signs. So I will close my eyes and let's have a look here. Oh, we got Uruts. All right, there's the big bull, Uruts. Okay, these are really cool cards. I love it. So, charging ahead, hey? So the bull, the keyword is power. This rune is linked to power, perseverance, and courage. An imposing and threatening bull releases itself from the game. Nothing can stop its power, not even those men who would try to tame it. So are our energy reserves that we may draw upon in times of need. So the inspiration is, in this moment, we are capable of undertaking a lot of work and are able to handle responsibilities that at other times might overwhelm us. The burdens and activities that require a great expenditure of physical energy do not scare us, as we experience them as a valuable outlet, dedicating ourselves to them with generosity. The card is also linked to the male principle and virile strength, which should not become destructive anger. So the suggestions for this is reflecting on our aggressions. Are we able to keep it under control as we would like? And does it become a constructive force, or does it act destructively? How might we best use it? So Uranus activates, regardless of gender, our virile side. It helps those who are undergoing a period of convalescence. Okay, so asking you to bring forth your power, move forward in your life right now, and not worrying about the fear of how you do that. So charging ahead in your life without worrying about fear or consequences or all these things, but also being careful that just watching your temper a little bit, that you don't get so forceful with what you want to do that it starts impacting other people's lives in a negative way. So just calming it all back, but also using the power of this rune to guide you forward in your journey with every bit of strength that you need right behind you. So you've got all the power and all the strength that you need. Just be careful that you don't let it all get all over the top of you and you're sort of bulldozing people out of the way. But it's a very, very powerful card, so that's awesome. And the last one is the water signs with Gabriel. Here we go. Okay, Wunju. And I've also done a rune toning about this one, Wunju. Okay, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? All right, let's have a look. And I am going to continue on with the different runes and the toning, and we'll learn more about them and all different types of videos. There will be a little bit of a delay between things as I'm traveling and all that kind of stuff, but I promise you it'll all be worth it. Okay, so for those who are water signs, the key word is bond, and the meaning of Wunjo is actually joy. So Wunjo is linked to union, the couple, and serenity in the family. So a man and a woman holding hands, they are bearers of complementary values and together are able to build something that they could not on their own, because each one has something that the other is missing. So the essence of the card is the importance of having solid and sincere bonds. Furthermore, Wunjo speaks to us of traditions and roots. It is important to have a place to return to, be it a physical place or the love of our family. So suggestions are, what do roots represent for us? Are we too attached to our childhood and the past? Or are our memories a resource capable of regenerating and helping us in times of need? So Wunjo helps to have greater balance in our love and family relationships. So looking at your attachments with other people and how you feel about a relationship at the moment, and knowing that, we can create anything that we want in the future, as long as we're not always looking at the past. And in other words, some people get into relationships thinking, what if they do exactly what this person did to me in the past, or what if I'm going to be hurt, or what if I'm going to be left alone and I've wasted all this time? And you're sabotaging your own success once again. So just be careful of what thoughts are empowering you, and use those ones, and which ones are actually starting to drag you down and make you give up before you've even begun. And that's so easy to do. We can talk ourselves out of anything, and there's just this huge feather just falling slowly from outside. Really strange. Okay, so those were the rune cards, and they are very, very powerful for each one of us. But as I promised, I'm going to do this little angel message as well. So I'm going to do 4 of those. So just pick a number, 1, 2, 3 or 4 right now. Just whatever one comes straight to your head. Just go, yep, that's the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go with the message for those who chose number 1. Okay, ask your angels. Number 1, ask your angels, okay? Request that your guardian angels help you and trust the messages that you receive from them, okay? A lot of people forget to do it, and I'm one of them. You can imagine that. Sometimes I don't ask, I forget, and I start to get myself in a bit of a, struggle kind of thing, or worry. But as soon as I do take that time to really sit within myself and say, okay, this is the situation. I know that you know the situation, but this is the situation. Hit me with your advice. Bang, it all starts to come through. So don't forget to ask your angels. They are always there for you. And it is an energy. It is a helpful energy. And it's something that you resonate with very deeply because you know the angels. You've spent many times with them. You know what they're all about. And this is why we love them so much, because we know that they are from source energy. And so are we. We are connected. And it's just a beautiful feeling. So just ask and believe, expect an answer. Don't ask and expect nothing. Ask, expect an answer. Put, take your troubles to the Lord and leave it there. A lot of people bring it straight back in. Look, take the troubles to the angels and leave it there. Okay? Just keep going on with your life. Take it to them and leave it there. Makes all the difference. So that was number 1. Are you enjoying this reading today? It's pretty funny, isn't it? Okay, number 2, here we go. And number 2 says, you are on the right path. You have chosen wisely. Now keep going. If you needed to know that you are on the right path, this is a big bang in your face, all right? Telling you, you are on the right path. You've chosen wisely. Just keep going. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Who cares? You are the most important person in this world. If you are happy and you are joyful and you are in harmony and you are doing all these things, you know how much of an effect it has on other people. If you're miserable and upset and angry, we also know what effect that has, right? What are you going to choose? It doesn't matter how other people perceive you, how other people see you, what other people want for you. They should be minding their own business. They should be doing their own thing. And you don't have to be led into feeling emotional manipulation or feeling like you have to do certain things because that's what's supposed to happen to you. No, we need to change all of that. If we can be happy within ourselves and we're not going to notice anything else. We're not going to notice people that are miserable around us. We're not going to notice it because we're too happy. Alright? And it has an effect on other people. If you are joyous, people start to look at their life and think, how come I can't be that joyful? What's happening in my life that I need to change? It really does help, and you need to know that you're on the right path, no matter what that is, alright? If you're feeling no guilt within yourself, you know that it's right for you, so just keep on going. And if those of you who chose number 3, let's have a look. Whoa, well, they're coming out so quickly. And number 3 says, no worries. Isn't that gorgeous? No worries. Surrender cares and worries to God and the angels, and know that everything truly is in divine order. Alright? The only worries that we have are those that we create, again, from these past cycles. Again, asking your angels, this is all going together, asking your angels to take care of all those issues. Taking your worries and concerns there helps you to get to the heart of the problem. It helps you, when I'm doing readings for people, I don't sit there just telling them their future. I want them to sit there and talk to me, and as soon as they start talking to me, I know where their heart lies, and I know what direction they've been taking their mind in. This is all very powerful stuff, because if you can sort of pinpoint to people where they're just going that little bit off track and allowing themselves to become upset or depressed or off the rails or whatever it is, if you can crack open in that little spot, then that's where the healing starts to happen, and it just starts to flow through their body. And so the angels say, no worries, okay? Have no worries. When you start to feel yourself getting overwhelmed with worry, it means you're in here too much, right? Even the ancients said, our mind, our thoughts really don't have any purpose. The only thing that has purpose is feeling and emotion. That's what makes stuff happen. So if we're living up here, we're getting overcrowded, and we're getting our minds overthinking, and we're starting to get concerned and all those kinds of things. We need to drop it down, and one way, like I've said to you guys before, is to put your hands over your heart, deep breath out, call in the angels by saying, angels surround me right now, please, thank you, you know. Bang, they're there, and I can feel it, you know, even though they were already there, I felt this rush of energy come towards me. Whew, live in this heart center. We've got to start doing that more and more and more. So surrender all your cares and worries to God and the angels, and know that everything is always in truly divine timing, all right? It's always in the right timing for everybody involved. And number 4, let's do one more, all right, and then I'll get to the message. All right, number 4. I think I'll just take all of these. We got self-appreciation. All right, this is actually quite a deep card. See the angel within and love yourself more. And those of us who have been treated badly all of our life, told that we're ugly or fat or useless or horrible, or, you know, you're never going to make it to anything, or you've been sexually abused or physically abused or emotionally abused or mentally abused, those scars are far, far deeper than the ones that you can see, right? It's the hidden scars that we can't see, or other people can't see, that haunt us the most, because those are the ones that we don't talk about either. We just keep within ourselves and keep it all hidden. But you need to know that today is a new start for you. You know, today you can choose to have anything that you want, or you can choose to keep on going how you've been. But if you really do love yourself, without being egotistical about it, so it doesn't mean thinking that you're the most gorgeous thing that walked the planet. It's not that kind of love. It's a love of acceptance of you being a soldier, you know, you being a soldier, a warrior, a fighter, someone who had the worst kind of abuse thrown in their face and still walks around today. And you know, you probably are so much more beautiful on the outside than you actually even imagine that you are. And because you've got this beautiful inner self, it's going to start really shining, and your appearance will change. You know, everything will start to glow. You know, your cells are pumping and you know, plumped up with joy and love and hope and light. And that comes out, it shines out of you, you know. It has no choice but to do that. So really see that you are an angel within yourself. You know, you have had a terrible, terrible life in many different ways, but that doesn't define who you are. That only helps you to resonate with those who also have been through that and help them through that. It doesn't define who you are. You need to define who you are, not what other people have done to you. It's what you do to yourself. That is what defines you. And you're just being asked now to really stop that beating yourself up thing, and stop telling other people, oh no, I'm not that good, or this, that and the other, because, you know, people get tired of hearing it as well. You know, just accept yourself wholeheartedly, and wow, what a difference it starts to make on every level of your life, okay? And know that you are never alone. You are always surrounded with unconditional love, and you just need to have that beautiful unconditional love for yourself and say, hey, I'm okay and I'm a lot of fun, and you know, I'm going to have an awesome life. You know, that is what you're going to radiate, that is what you're going to get. So everybody, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to keep those messages aside so I know where I can write them up later. So if it's not written up by the time you see this video, please check tomorrow. Or you know, just keep checking my website if you want to read up about all of the things that I've said here today, because I try to write it all up for you. Okay, and the message, now I'm going to the message from Barackiel. All right, and it's a little bit of a different message, I guess. He says, dear ones, great unfolding of joy and love is happening now if you're open and willing to see and feel it as part of your being. It will be important to stand in your truth no matter who or what is dragging you down. It can be difficult to be who you are when you are faced with challenge, especially those that pull at your heartstrings. The emotional connections you have may be creating responses within your body that make you feel like you need to take care of others' feelings despite your own, like we were talking about before. Some feelings of guilt may hold you back from embracing your future. It is good to remember that you can never make a wrong move as long as it feels good to you. You will see doors open as you move forward and not backward. If each person is understanding of each other's journey and has peace in their heart, energy will start to flow for all concerned. Sorry, I'm having trouble actually seeing what I've written here. Live life for your happiness to the fullest and all will be revealed. Trust yourself to make the right decisions and be honest with yourself most importantly. It is your life. Nobody can make changes to it unless you allow this. Be open to healing cycles of the past and be brave as you move forward. Life becomes easy when this is how you see it. Love on every level is all you will ever need. Bright blessings from Barackiel. So you see how it's talking about standing in your truth, being honest with yourself, and this lights the way into your future. When we're dishonest with ourselves, we start to get stuck and indecisive and worried. And if we see life as being easy, you know, that should be a little motto for you. This is easy, something that I'm always saying. Then this is how, so as we see it this way, it becomes that way. It's got no choice. And as if we feel, even better, if we feel what it's like to have an easy life, if we actually have that feeling of flow and we keep ourselves centered in this heart area, bang, wow, some amazing things are going to start happening in your life. Amazing, amazing things. So ask Barackiel to work with you on making these inner changes, letting go of the cycles of the past, moving into the future with ease. You know, it doesn't have to be difficult. And just letting go of those limitations that you've always had within yourself. So I'm going to do an on-the-spot little attunement to Barackiel for each one of us. And this is just something that you can focus on as a inner awareness. Knowing that that base chakra is now nice and clear, it'd be good if you could also work on your other chakra areas using that ball of light, all right? Holding that ball of light with the different colors and working it through the body. Anyway, I'm going to do this and we'll ask Barackiel to help bring in the new beginnings and release us. So my intention is that there will be symbols of attunements given to you in the right way for you. All you need to do is be accepting of the healing, accepting of the attunements for them to start to flow in your life. So it's an intention that is set up within me, and you know, I'm working with the angels. It's actually really got nothing to do with me other than the fact that I like to hold that pure intention for you, and I'm focusing on that. But what it's got to do with is you. So how much you get out of this is up to you, all right? But please just close your eyes and imagine this happening. Don't have to see it, you just need to imagine this happening, and that is enough, even a slight amount, for it all to start unfolding in your life. So I'm just going to close my eyes, all right, and just follow through with me, and then we'll see how we feel at the very end. All right, ready? Close your eyes. And we're just taking a deep breath in and out, and just letting out anything negative, breathing in positive and breathing out the negative. All right, and we're asking for ourselves to be surrounded in a beautiful pyramid of white light with our guardian angels with us and all the angelic realm moving very, very closely now. So asking them to move closely, closely, closely until you are surrounded by the angels and you are just feeling at peace. You're just feeling this peacefulness within you. And your guardian angel is on your right hand side. And of course we've got Barackiel here, the angel of change, and his color is a red color. So just imagining the color red standing on your left hand side. And as we are just feeling the different energies, the subtle energy changes, you might be feeling adjustments in your ears, in your body. You might feel a tingling sensation. You might feel tickles pimples on your face, whatever it is, just know that their connection is there now. So just be open to this. And Barackiel is now standing behind you, putting his hands on your shoulders, and you're going to feel some intense heat now. Just allowing the warmth over your shoulders. And he's pushing down, energy down into the body like liquid, red liquid just flowing through your body now. And it's just awakening all of the energy centers. And it's just allowing a flow of energy throughout the body without any interruption now. He's also putting a golden light around the aura. And he's just removing anything stagnant, any bad words or feelings. He's removing anything that is obstructing your path. And he's replacing symbols into the aura so that you will radiate and attract energy, knowledge, abundance, love, joy, success, all those positive things are now radiating from your aura. As he works with you, you will feel impulses from now on. Impulses that lead you in new directions. You should still be feeling that warmth on your shoulders. It may actually be flowing down through your hands and activating the hand chakras and the healing energy in your own hands. You might feel tickles on your hands. It's a good idea to keep your palms facing up so you can really feel this opening of the healing. Also, as the energy moves down through your feet and out to Mother Earth, it is transmuting any bad energy into positive, surrounding your body. And Barackiel is also helping us to open new opportunity and new beginnings. So he's helping us to remove the cycles of the past. And now he's going to stand right in front of us. And if you have your eyes closed, you may start seeing the color red behind your eyes, or swirls of red. As he stands in front of you, and he sort of waves a, whoa, okay, he's doing something to my ears. He sort of waves a brush, like a beautiful broom over you. And filters of gold start to move through your auric center. Sparkles of gold, brushing away anything that you don't need anymore, anything that's holding you back. Brushing away, and washing you now with beautiful white light all over you, washing you with care and love and attention to detail. So just be aware of any subtle changes, any little feelings within your body, any tickles, any tiny little pains as the energy is released. It might be in your knees, it might be in your ankles, where the vortexes of energy are also opening more completely. And the power centers are opening. The chakras are clearing. And you're becoming more balanced. So now Barackiel is going to give you a small box. Just see a box in front of you. And when the meditation is over, you will know what is inside that box for you. It's just a little gift for you to help you on your journey. And also will help you to remember to call on Barackiel when you're wishing to start things new and you're wishing for a release of the old cycles of things. And now, with much love and thanks, we ask the angels just to recede a little bit from our energy center so we can start to relax a little bit. And we give them lots of love and thanks for helping us today. Now we are ready to begin. We have been cleansed, renewed, and we do have an attunement to Barackiel, the angel of innovation, the angel of new life, the angel of change, love, and forward movement. There's many different attributes to each angel. And just sit in that peace of knowing that everything's going to be okay. And when you are ready, just starting to become aware of the sounds in the room, and you can just rub your hands, wiggle your toes and fingers, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, so you've just had a attunement to Barackiel, and I felt this woo going on in my ear, and I'm like, whoa! So I'm getting a clear out as well. It's awesome. So I thank you so much for listening to the guidance. Please keep up with me on Facebook, where I will be announcing a lot of different things. I've also just been published again in Inspira Illumination magazine, so I'm really happy about that, because you get a free copy of that. Like every time they put me in the actual magazine, you get a free copy, so that's awesome. So just follow on Facebook and have a look at the different links I've got there. Unfortunately, some things will need to be closing down, like my Ning website will need to be closing down as I'm traveling overseas, and it's going to be impossible to do all the different things that I've been doing. But you'll still be able to see my website, you'll still be able to get MP3 recordings and Skype readings from me, and emails as well. And you'll also still be able to see me in person until I leave Adelaide in a couple of weeks, and get ready for my transition over to the UK. And then of course when I'm there, I will let you know when readings and healing and courses are available. And I really am looking forward to meeting some of you guys. I know you've been waiting for me a long time to come over, so it's got to happen, and it's going to happen this year. So this is awesome. So thanks again for listening, and until the next video, I hope to see you on Facebook, and it's goodbye for now. Bye everyone.